Hello, Collective. Elsie here to do a reading for you. How are you? I hope you are well on this Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I start losing count of the days after a long while. So I think it's Wednesday. Could very well be. Oh, look at that. We've got a starter. Inner peace. That's the overall for this reading here. Collective, it is time for you to look within. Yeah. It's time for you to stop allowing the things that are on the peripheral of your life to trigger you. Stop it. Yeah. I think it's time for you to find some inner peace, because no offense is taken where none is given. And I say that in a matter of you have a choice of how you react. And if you choose not to be offended by what somebody says, then you won't be offended by what somebody says. But I feel like there's a lot of things that are on the peripheral right now, Collective, that are sort of not maybe clouding your mind, or you have a lot of ideas, or there's things that you need to write down. I feel like there's a lot of things that are slipping through your fingers. If there's going to be a lot of things slipping through your fingers if you don't learn to write things down. This person is writing in this journal. What does it say? I am enough. Yeah. It's time for you to realize that you are enough. You have all these great ideas. It's time to write them down. And it's time to, it's good that you get the downloads here, but I feel like it's time for you to put it to paper. Pen to paper, write it down. You never know what good will come of it, right? It's time to work on the inner peace. It's time to figure out what makes you tick, Collective. It's time to stop paying attention to all of those things that are on the peripheral, right? There's some things that need to be taken care of. You got to go to work every day, that kind of thing. But after you get out of work, there's no reason why you can't spend time by yourself reading with a great glass of wine, or, learning something, or writing something down, planning a future, putting your future plans on paper. Okay, here we go. Tell me about inner peace. What else do we need to know here? Inner peace. All right. We have carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. Well, that would fit in right there, right? So it's time for you to take the journey of self. Collective, you've been putting it off, and just understand that if it's time, and you won't avoid it, because the tower will come even if you're not willing to move. So I think for some of you, it is that time for you to go on that journey of inner peace and realize that you are enough. Start writing those ideas down. Funnel. A period of frustration, lessons to be learned. There's always a learning curve. And I really feel that that's why a lot of people never really branch out on their own, because, there's so much to learn. It's a learning curve. It's not comfortable. It's a very uncomfortable, uncertain space. And lots of people can't live without knowing what is going to happen. What is this all, rolling up to? What's the end result? Everybody's so invested in the end result that they're missing the journey. All the lessons that need to be learned along the way. Success assured with good plans and hard work. Okay. It feels like somebody is supposed to write ideas down, because I feel like you're missing out on something that you're supposed to be bringing to fruition. And it's going to add to your inner peace. And even if you don't create anything from it, it's still going to bring you inner peace, because you're writing it down. You're figuring it out. All right, where are we going now? All right. Let's do the oracle. What is it that's going to bring you inner peace? You're going to have to go on the journey to figure it out, because peace is inward. It is. Okay, not for you. I feel like you're unlucky in love, or you think that you are unlucky in love. Not for you. Being very strategic. Not interested in anyone else's ideas of what I should be doing. at this time, I think this card is connecting with somebody who is not necessarily interested in having a relationship at this time. Yeah. I feel like you're making plans, for something that is going to give you inner peace. It's a journey. You've decided to go on a journey. And I don't think that you stand there and look in the mirror and say, you know what, I think I need a journey. I think it happens organically. I think you read a book that sparks some ideas, or you start writing, and there is a thing that's channeled writing, you all. Sometimes you'll just write and write and write, and then you'll have to go back and see what you wrote because you're not sure what's there, because you just get in a flow state. Right? But I feel like right now, you're not avoiding relationships. You're not avoiding love. But you just feel like it's not for you right now. It's not for you. You don't want anything to rock your strategic stability. I feel like you're being very pointed, very strategic in what you're doing in your life right now, and that you haven't made space for someone else to come in and tell you who you should be or what you should be doing. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going here. There we go. That's not for you. I was just saying, right? These 3 cards flew out. I don't think you're ignoring it, but I don't think it's the first thing that is on your mind right now. I feel like you have been looking for direction in terms of how you can be okay with not having to go from relationship to relationship to relationship. How do you know when it's the right person? Because a lot of you will say to me, and you have in private readings, I'm not going to invest if I don't think that this is going to work out. But it's not about the end result, collective. It's about the journey. So I feel like what's not for you right now is a new love. You're not looking for love. You're not interested in love. You're not interested in dating. I feel like there is one masculine, probably. You could be the masculine, but maybe this is your masculine, someone who's older, or someone who is your age but feels like an old soul. Could be someone like that. There might be someone who is kind of on your peripheral, right? I was saying about the peripheral, we need to get all that stuff out of the peripheral. I feel like this person is in your peripheral vision. They're kind of hanging around in your energy, waiting for you to raise your head to say that you're ready for a relationship. I think this is something that can happen in the future if you want it. You don't have to want it. It's okay to want to have to find your inner peace and decide that it's just not for you right now. It doesn't have to be for everyone, right? Doesn't have to be. Where are we going now? Okay. There we go. Tell me about the inner peace. It's a period of frustration and lessons are to be learned. It feels like somebody is going on a journey of self, trying to get to know you, what your triggers are, so they don't pour out onto anyone else. Whoever cut you in the past, you don't want to bleed out on others, right? I feel like you're trying to figure out who you are. So this peace, this inner journey that is going to give you peace, I feel like the reason that you're not really interested in a relationship right now is because you've been hurt too much. Yeah, you've had partnerships that didn't work out. You've had people who just didn't want to invest in you, and you're just scared of getting hurt. We have the 3 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. I feel like that you are kind of behind the fear wall, or you're all armored up. Yeah. And understand that the armor is great for keeping you safe, but nothing gets in and nothing gets out either. You know, you're not really going to be able to communicate with people. I think that's what you're working on in terms of your inner peace. You want to learn how you can survive in this life if you had to without another person, right? And I mean, I'm not talking friends and family and all that. I'm talking about a significant other, getting into a relationship, committed, or a marriage. And I feel like in the past that people have not invested in you. They have gone cold or gone silent. There's been some ghosting, I feel. And I feel like partnerships just don't work out for you and you just don't want to get hurt anymore. But I think the inner peace journey is about why. Why is this happening? Is it me? Because it always starts with us, right? I feel like you need to look deeper within yourself. If you've got, if you've got a lot in your past that hasn't worked out, it's probably best for you to figure out why you keep jumping into the toxic relationships over and over again. It feels like you get out of the cycle and you're like, I'm free. I don't want to get into this again. And then here comes the devil looking like a hot snack, right? And there you go. You're back off into another relationship. It's like, and I always talk about it here on the channel, y'all, that we don't give ourselves time to actually heal. We're going to keep repeating the same cycles. That's what I think has been happening in the past. And that's what I think you're trying to figure out with the journaling and the inner peace card and, having to go on a journey that is kind of tough. I feel like there's anything that you can do. You can, I think from this inner peace is born success. Yeah. Good plans and hard work. Success assured with good plans and hard work. I think you figure it out, collective. I think you figure out why this is the cycle you keep going through. Yeah, and so you've lost hope. That it's a loss of hope. It's how can I say? Okay. You're not hopeless. That's not what I'm saying. First of all, but not for you. These cards coming up under not for you. It's like you've lost hope, or you've lost faith in the fact that people who communicate with you in a way that is fiery or romantic, that you just stand your ground here because you don't have any hope that the situation's going to work out. So whatever's gone on in the past here has given you a bad outlook on what relationships should be like, or maybe you don't even want one. Maybe you don't even want one. But the thing is I think they keep finding you. I think that there is somebody that is waiting for you to become available, or waiting for you to give them the word go, and you just don't want it because you're busy loving you. And you know that if somebody comes in and rocks your world, you stop loving yourself, it's going to end up in another ending. So I think what you're trying to do is you've decided to go deeper. You've decided to go one level down and one level down. I do have a video on shadow work if you haven't seen it yet. You'll see it pop up at the end of this video. It's in the Lightworker Chronicle. I think it's number 4. It's all about shadow work and getting into why you actually do things. Not the reaction, but looking at it slowly. Why did you say that? Why did you do that? And how to work those things out if you're the person I'm talking to here. So yeah, I feel like what you are doing is you're standing your ground. You don't really have hope in any passionate words, people sliding into your DMs, and you're not even entertaining that right now. What you're doing, you're just standing your ground on loving yourself. And you are deciding that anyone that comes forward, that you are going to make those cycle cuts. Things are coming to an end, right? You're going to end the cycle of jumping into the same cycle, because you can end it with the 10 of swords, but understand that the Ace of Swords is right there and you just jump into the next, but you act the same way with the last person as you did with the next person, because you don't know any other way unless you get down to the nitty gritty, unless you kind of look at yourself and figure out what you need to come to bring to an end in order for things to work out for you. There you are. That's where you need to be, in hermit mode, self-preservation. I feel like while you're in self-preservation mode, I feel as though, you find a lot about yourself. Maybe that you have a spirit animal. Maybe that spirit always walks with you. I think that you feel balanced and grounded. I feel that going over all the details of why things go on in your life the way they do is bringing you to a place of abundance. And it doesn't have to be money. I feel like it's bringing you to an abundant place in your life. because you're now going over the details. You're not skipping over the things of, oh yeah, that one didn't work out, but I'll go with the next one because they make more money or they look better or whatever it is. They have a house and the other one didn't. There's so many superficial things, so many superficial reasons that we can decide to be with someone. But I think the person I'm connecting to today is someone who's ready to love themselves, stand their ground on the love they have for themselves. And when cycles come to an end, then you go ahead and close the door. The whole damn chapter, that means that you're not going to do it again. That is all about fixed signs, right? And the fixed signs, when we make a decision, we've gone at it so slowly and strategically that we know that the answer is no, and we close the door and we never go back. And so you could be dealing with someone who is Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, or Leo. So you could be a fixed sign. So I feel like the cycle ends. This cycle, I feel, ends. You end the cycle because you're standing on this point of wanting to heal yourself, wanting to stand your ground on the love that you have for you. You've decided what you're going to end is you're no longer going back there. You're not going to do this stuff. So I'm going to say, whoever you are, you're doing really well with your learning, teaching you about you. Hermit is here. We've got Virgo energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as well. We've got Capricorn here. Yeah, it leads you to a place of the lovers. It leads you to someone. It could be this masculine here. Doesn't have to be. It leads you to someone. And I feel like sometimes we have to go back to the past and come back forward again to figure out how we got to this place. And I feel like that's what you do with the King of Pentacles energy. I feel like you become very grounded, very aware of self, very aware of other people, very aware of codependent behaviors. You become very, very highly aware. And because you have high awareness, I feel it calls this person in. Yeah, because now that you know that you're always going to take care of the love for yourself first, I feel that closing this door and never looking at this again or never doing this again, that maybe you journal it out or see a psychologist or whatever it is that you do, I feel like your healing begins with the Hermit. And that healing brings you balance and abundance. And then it brings in love. Things always have to go the way that the universe has planned them, right? There's you, sitting there, highly intuitive, waiting for the answer, doing whatever you have to do in order to be able to get the answers that you need to get here. Seven of Pentacles, there's growth, right? In the future, we've got growth. We've got the Seven of Pentacles here. I've dropped the Seeds of Intention, which is back here, which is actually even being aware enough of self to say, okay, this always can't be the other person. Maybe I had something to do with it. And even if you had nothing to do with it and it was all the other person, you still took the journey, even though it was tough. So I feel like, the pentacles that you have dropped, the Seeds of Intention here, are growing, and so are you. And I think you're coming to a realization that you can be happy. It doesn't really require another person, a significant other in your life. I feel like you spend this time finding out about you. I feel like you spend in happiness. And now that you're happy, you know that somebody that comes along here is going to have to add to your life. There's no way that they're going to be able to come in and take everything from you and expect you to make all the changes and for you to be the one who's going to be doing the changing to mold around their life. No, this person is going to come in respecting the fact that you love yourself and that you also have borders and guidelines. You have boundaries. You've become a boundary ninja, I feel. There we go. What else are we going to do? Is there anything else we need to know? Okay. Supposed to look at these oracles here. Sacred something or other. I can't remember what they're called, y'all. I have a link in the description if you want to know the cards that I use. The link in the description is to Amazon, and you'll see the decks I have and the decks that I'm going to be buying. So you can go there as well. So going forward, so you decide you are going to go forward, and there is It's going to create opportunity of inner peace. Oh, can't even look at that. Come on now. Come full circle, right? There you go. So take the journey. The journey is not going to be easy. That's what it says here. The journey is not going to be easy. It says a period of frustration, and there's lessons to be learned here. But ultimately, I feel that it leads to the birth of really beautiful things, and none of which is you. The birth of you, the new you here. The success is shared with good plans and hard work. You're going to work hard on it. And it starts with a thought. It always starts with a thought, y'all. Thoughts become things, because we manifested this during the reading. Look, right? If that's what you want, that's what you get. There is going to be an opportunity for you to go forward. Go forward with an opportunity for inner peace. And I'm just going to drop the mic there, because why ruin a good thing? I'm going to go for now. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. If you're interested in a reading, please know I do have room over at Wizio. Please look at the description below, and you will find the link to Wizio. You will see all my pricing there as well. Watch out for Black Friday deals. They will be coming. I love you guys. I'm out. Bye-bye.